Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. That time of year, season predictions time. Over the next 4 videos, I will be doing the predictions for each respective division, and I will also be doing a video for each award prediction. So there'll be about 5 prediction videos in total, and we're going to start off with the team that I finished with last year when I did these, the Pacific Division. I have them in order of Calgary as the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, and LA is number 8. So it kind of goes from 1 to 8, a little bit of an arch. So this side over here in the playoffs, that side out. Now this division last year, I picked 5 teams to make the playoffs. I thought the Kings and I thought the Coyotes were going to be making, sorry, not the Coyotes, the Oilers were going to be making the playoffs. Here are my predictions from last year. Yeah, I got Vegas right at number 3. They finished at 3, so there is that. But other than that, not the greatest. So we're pretty much going to start going from number 8 all the way up to number 1 as where I think they're going to finish in this upcoming season. I'm not going to try to go too in depth, so I don't want to make a half-hour long video. So now, who do I think is going to finish 8th and last in this division? I think the Ducks will probably end up finishing last in this division. I'm probably going to be completely wrong. So Ducks fans, don't get too worried about what I'm thinking. I just don't know if they've really done anything to improve themselves. They have some really good young players. I really like Troy Terry. Maxime Comtois is fantastic. They have a really good core. They have one of the best goaltenders in the league. I just don't really see them doing too much. I had them outside the playoffs last year, finishing at number 7. They ended up finishing at 6, so it wasn't too far off with them. But I just kind of feel like they're going to end up taking a bit of a dive this year. Alright, so who do I think is going to finish at number 7? These guys. I kind of feel like the team that is going to be wearing these absolutely beautiful jerseys in this upcoming season will not have a very good season. I hope I'm really wrong. I'm a huge Kings fan. I absolutely love the LA Kings, and I hope I'm really wrong. Last year I had them in the playoffs. I had them finishing 4th. Man, I was wrong. They had a terrible season. They finished 8th. I think they'll have a little bit better of a season this year. But yeah, I don't really expect much from them, unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope Nikolai Provorkin comes in from the KHL and is absolutely a beast. But you know how KHL players are. They're a bit of a mystery, so we'll see how he turns out. See if Kovalchuk can kind of rediscover his scoring a little bit more. See how Doughty holds up, what the goaltending looks like. There's just a lot of questions in the Kings, and like I said, I just really don't see too much from them this year. But, like I said, I'm going to say it probably for every single team. I'm probably going to be wrong. Finishing at number 6, I have the Arizona Coyotes. I had them at number 6 last year. They ended up finishing in 4th, just missing the playoffs. I would have loved to see them in the playoffs. I really contemplating switching them in Calgary, I remember last year, as to who was going to get to that 5th and final playoff spot that I predicted last year. Didn't work out that way. I don't know. They're a very inconsistent team. I don't really expect anything from Phil Kessel. Him in Arizona and him in Toronto are 2 very different things. He was not the guy in Pittsburgh, so he didn't need to be that. But in the Coyotes, I feel like he's almost kind of has to be the guy, like he was in Toronto, but obviously the big, huge difference in market. It'll be a lot different of pressure for him. But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, though, I really am unsure what the Coyotes will be able to do this year. So, I'm excited, though. I absolutely want to see more of this jersey, so can't go wrong with that. Alright, and the 5th spot, I'm taking the Vancouver Canucks. I really wanted to put them in the playoffs. I really hope they make the playoffs. I never thought I'd say that in my lifetime whatsoever. I honestly, I really hope they do make the playoffs. I'm absolutely man-crushing over Elias Pettersson. Sven Baertschi's my boy. Nikolai Goldobin, one of my favorites. He's coming back, so I'm super excited for that. Markstrom, I really like Quinn Hughes, so I'm really excited to see what Vancouver does. Whether or not they're playoff ready, we'll see. So I'm going to take them at the 5th spot, just missing the playoffs. I think they'll have a very competitive year, but yeah, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope they make the playoffs. Alright, so the 4 teams I think are going to make the playoffs, starting with the top 4. Alright, so the team just sneaking into the playoffs for me out of the Pacific Division is the Vegas Golden Knights. Bit of a drop-off last year from the first season in the NHL, and I expect a little bit more of a drop-off. There's a couple different questions coming in with Vegas. Their defense is questionable. Their young prospects, they've been trading away a few of them. I'm really excited to see if Cody Glass is able to make the team, whether Subban can kind of give Fleury a bit of a rest and stay healthy. The only thing I really don't question is their top six. I think they have probably the best top six in the NHL, and that is going to be the reason that they make the playoffs. I think they'll be able to make the playoffs, but I think it will be a little bit more of a struggle than the previous 2 years. I'm not going to do this, but I'm going to say I'm going to do this just to make myself feel better. If Karlsson gets to the 40-goal mark again, I will grow out my hair just like William Karlsson. All right, coming in at number 3, I have to take the Oilers. They have to make the playoffs. Come on now. I don't want them to make the playoffs, if I'm being completely honest. But come on, guys. You guys just have to make the playoffs. This is getting a little bit sad and ridiculous at this point. McDavid can't do it all. Draisaitl, he's helping him as much as he can. But their defense and their goaltending are really questionable. I'm thinking Evan Bouchard will help them on the back end. And I think not Cam Talbot, he's gone. I think Mike Smith will be able to help them a little bit as well. A motivated James Neal, a rested James Neal could be dangerous as well. So there is hope, and I'm not going to take them picking them second like I did last year. But third, I don't think is too unreasonable, is it? I mean, a couple of years ago, they were in the playoffs and they did relatively well. It's just, you got to do it now or never kind of thing. McDavid is only going to be willing to put up with mediocrity for so long. So, Edmonton, I'm taking you guys at number 3. Don't disappoint me like you did last year. All right, so at number 2, I'm taking the hometown team for me, the Calgary Flames. I don't think they're going to be able to quite replicate what they did last year, finishing first. I don't think they'll drop off too much, though. I had them finishing 5th last year, but still making the playoffs. They did make the playoffs just as the number 1 seed in that division, so good job on them. And yeah, I do have a little bit of questions, though, in net. Not so much on the blue line. I think their blue line is actually relatively solid if it can stay healthy. For me personally, after watching their first round exit against Colorado, the question that comes into my mind starts to become one of character, actually, to be completely honest. And maybe this is just me, but yeah, I was kind of disappointed with how they got, I don't want to say pushed around, but they kind of got pushed around a little bit by the Avalanche. And does Johnny Gaudreau have what it takes? Does Sean Monahan? Does Lindholm? We'll see. I really honestly, I hope that they do well, and I hope they do good. I do like seeing the Flames do too well, even if they are wearing that ugly-ass jersey in the background behind me. But hey, that's just me. Number 1, I think I'm taking the San Jose Sharks. They definitely lost a few pieces, some really important pieces, to be completely honest. I think they're going to miss Jonas Donskoy maybe a little bit more than they'd like to think. Joe Pavelski is obviously a huge absence for them. Having said that, though, I think they have enough young players who are ready to take that next step. They have a new captain in Logan Couture. Thomas Hertl looked absolutely like a beast last year. And I think that they might be able to kind of replicate it and get better. I think Karlsson being there for a full year under his belt will help him immensely. And if Martin Jones from the playoffs shows up, man, San Jose could be really, really quite good. They have a lot of really good young players I really like. So I'm going to take them to win the division. Now, like I said, don't get too rattled with my predictions. I'm an idiot. I really don't know what I'm talking about. But we'll see. These are always fun to do. Alright, so that pretty much does it for this video, guys. If you guys want, you can check me out on Instagram as well. I'll leave a link to that in the description as always. But I will see you guys again real soon, and I'm going to do the Central Division next. So, did the East first last year, so now we'll do the West first this year. That was difficult to say. Anyway, I'll see you guys again soon. Take care.